Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. We've got to face a strong to severe storm threat Monday and especially Tuesday. Then we can get to some better times, more tranquil times with drier air, less humidity Wednesday, Thursday, and into the holiday on Friday for July 4th. So we've got some things to look forward to in the medium to longer term, but we need to look at our early week heat and humidity. Even tonight, we've had an active radar, but so far no strong or severe storm warnings on radar right now, so that's some great news. Latest forecast at the very top that I've updated. I'm Camden Walker at CWG.live. This is our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. We've got precipitation generally favoring early parts of this week ahead of a cold front that moves through Tuesday. Fairly strong cold front, so we need to watch the strength of the storms, especially on Tuesday. But we could see a few strong severe storms even on Monday tomorrow. So we're in a marginal threat, a 1 out of 5 threat chance for severe weather Monday. 2 out of 5 slight threat for severe weather on Tuesday. And we've got maybe multiple threats to talk about on Tuesday. High damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, potential for large hail, and intense downpours could turn into flooding downpours here in this guidance for a kind of more extreme rainfall potential for Tuesday. So flooding downpours are also possible with the storms on Tuesday. And then we kind of dry out, get a little more humidity out of here slowly on Wednesday, and then probably a little more noticeable on Thursday and Friday, just in time for the July 4th holiday on Friday. I am kind of amazed at this timing. Typical July 4th weather is kind of a little hot, a little humid, little to moderate chance of storms. Overall, the rainfall over the next 7 days is kind of an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, and that potential on Tuesday to have over 2 inches in some spots, especially if we see kind of slow moving storms or several storms move over the same location on Tuesday, which is kind of training echoes on radar. This repeat motion of storms potentially on Tuesday could set us up for some patchy flooding, so we need to watch that on Tuesday as well. All right, clouds are also following this pattern this week. Kind of murkier, cloudier, more humid and hot with storm chances Monday, Tuesday, the early part of this week. Middle part of the week, Wednesday is kind of our transition day. Starts getting a little brighter. Clouds start breaking up. Thursday, Friday, a little bit sunnier with lower rain chances. Not zero per se, but lower rain chances. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and lower humidity as well. Let's look ahead. Medium-term temperatures into next work week beyond the July 4th holiday. Looks like a decent heat signal, above average warmth expected into next work week, and precipitation leaning above average for next work week as well. All right, we've got quick check on allergies. Wheat pollen kind of spiked at the bottom chart there is interesting. We had some wheat pollen atypically sooner than normal, kind of give us a little spike, a little high reading for this time of year recently. So if you were a fall, like late summer and fall allergy sufferer from ragweed, we had a little bit of a fire drill recently. So overall, though, mainly just a little bit moderate for local mold and mildew spores. So under control. I think my allergen report yesterday generally on CWG.live generally, told you we're in decent shape for fellow allergy sufferers. Quick check on the tropics. We've got Barry weakening into a tropical depression as it makes landfall in Mexico. And maybe a slight chance over that Florida corridor there in the hashed yellow shading. Slight chance over the next 7 days we see something develop. And if we do get the next named storm with sustained winds, at least 39 miles per hour, it would be Chantal. As expected, a healthy start for June, seeing already 2 named storms. We expect kind of more of the same through the November 30th close date of this hurricane season in the tropical Atlantic. Expected above average number of named storms this year. All right, let me take your questions and comments after we ran through everything pretty quickly there. Radar, we'll just show you this to you while I check that things are luckily behaving themselves tonight. So that is some good news. All right, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, and CWG.live. We're live on all 5 of our social media channels tonight. Emily, thanks for tuning in. Kay Jill, Eloise, Lions, Papa, Leopold, Andrea, Dehalji, and we've got DJS, and Sherry. And we've got John, severe thunderstorm watch issued on Tuesday. I think there's a decent chance for that since their ingredients are there. We've got a very soupy atmosphere with high dew points in the mid 70s for Monday and Tuesday. It's going to feel muggy and gross at times. All right, we've got, let's see, hello in Culpeper, Steve. Yes, drier air is moving in Wednesday slowly and into the end of the week. Ocean City, July 5th through 12th. Let's look at the medium term kind of outlook for you there. We've got David. I think you'll see above average temperatures, some warmth at Ocean City for after the July 4th holiday. And next work week also has, we're leaning slight chance for above average precipitation. So, David, I think rain chances will become kind of a little higher by the time you go to Ocean City, but nothing too high as it stands now. So I think you'll enjoy, just kind of everyday thunderstorms if you see thunderstorms at all with the warm air. And it should clear off. Here's some clouds that are animated, focusing on the beginning of the week, or it's fairly, mix of clouds and sun, more clouds than not. And it clears out at the end of the week into the weekend more often than not. Paul, glad you heard me on WAMU. Thank you so much. And allergies, I know, yep, David, allergies are around. Let's check that really quick. I saw early, excuse me, there we go, an early peak, an early spike in weed pollen this year, but that has calmed down a little bit, and then it's moderate now for local counts of spores for mold and mildew. All right. Eric got another 0.62 inches in Warren County, almost 14 inches for May through June. That is an excellent rainfall amount. Amy, thank you so much. Very kind of you. Hope you are doing okay. And David, glad to see the rain. Yes, indeed. Hi, Ruth Elisa. Good to see you. Let's check radar really quick. It has calmed down a good amount. We don't see any strong to severe storms in the region now. I think we're past the main threat as the sun has now set. But we want to watch radar over the next couple of days. A slight chance that we see a few strong severe storms tomorrow. And the main chance we're eyeing is Tuesday. Now, it's not a super high chance for strong severe storms, but it is a slight 2 out of 5 chance that we see damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, large hail potentially, and some flooding downpours are possible as well. Oh, hi, Ron. Good to see you on YouTube. Thanks for your email this week. And April, let's see, I think that tornado was confirmed. We try and report when the preliminary and final reports come out from the National Weather Service. You should have seen that on cwg.live. Dave, good evening. And David, thank you so much for tuning in. Jersey, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. And Ruth Elisa, I'm so glad you heard me on WAMU. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang on cwg.live. My latest forecast at the top. We all on the team go on WAMU as well. This is our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Right now, we're live on 5 channels, cwg.live, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X, talking about the early week storm threat. We might see some strong to severe storms, maybe a few Monday, and then maybe several on Tuesday. We pay off on this early week storm threat by seeing Wednesday into the rest of the week a little bit of a cool down and slow tamping down of the humidity from mid 70s in the early part of the week. So it's kind of muggy, sultry, gross at times. Into later part of the week, we start kind of sinking below 70 into the 60s. So moist, a little sticky, but better than we have been. The rain chances become lower, humidity becomes lower. We just get a chance to dry out, see some sunshine. So that is good. Ruth Elisa, indeed, we are in hurricane season, June 1 to April 30th every year. It is expected June 1st to November 30th every year, expected to be above average. We've already had our second named storm this year, Barry. So we're having a healthy start for the first month of hurricane season. Barry is weakening as it moves onshore into a tropical depression as it moves onshore into Mexico. And the next named storm, Chantal, if we see our next named storm develop for the hurricane season this year, Chantal is the next name on the list. And you can see the yellow there near Florida. Slight chance for some development in that region over the next 7 days. And then, yes, allergy sufferers, if you're with me, we've had some mold and mildew kind of be the feature this last week, and that's not going anywhere anytime soon through October or so. We should see healthy amounts of mold and mildew spores. And at the very bottom there, I put the average compared to this year for weed pollen. There was a fairly unusual spike recently. So if you are a late summer, early fall allergy sufferer, maybe that's what I'm feeling as well. A little bit of weed pollen is ahead of schedule for this part of the year. All right, let me animate this next 7 days of precipitation for you, focused mainly on the early part of this week, with lower rain chances starting on Wednesday into, good news, July 4th. I can't believe I'm saying this. There's a potential for a fairly benign July 4th with little to no rain chance, storm chance, fairly low humidity for this time of year, and temperatures relatively under control. I mean, if we see the temperatures under 90 for July 4th, that is great in my book. Kate, thanks for tuning in. Majo, Robo, The Road, Meg, and Chai-Free, and Deely, and Akistra, and JBM, and Outside. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tess, thanks for tuning in. And we've got Spurious and T.S. Scott. And timing of Storm Tuesdays looks like the afternoon. My best guess right now is kind of 1:30 to 6:30. I'm just Mary. I think we need to watch that as we get closer, but it looks like afternoon into maybe early evening. So, yes, I have a flight as well on Tuesday. We both could be a little bit affected. So, earlier is better for flights on Tuesday afternoon or during the day on Tuesday if you can get even before afternoon. Leg, Keely, thanks for tuning in. And let's see. Yep, and fly earlier, the better on Tuesday. Thanks for repeating that question. All right, I think I've caught up on Instagram questions. Let's check Martina. Healthy amounts of mildew. Yes, indeed. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And David, July 4th with a low chance of thunderstorms is pretty remarkable for the potentially for this upcoming Friday. Happy July 4th early. And yep, this evening marks the anniversary of the 2012 derecho that moved through DC. Ruth Lisa, thanks for your well wishes. Good to see you again. And let's see, humidity alerts should be under control, especially Wednesday onward, as dew points should sink into the 60s by Wednesday slowly, but we should feel pretty good by Thursday into Friday of this week for the holiday on July 4th. Clouds follow a same pattern, following the early week storm threat chances for Monday, Tuesday. A little clearer Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as humidity and rain chances slowly get out of here for the middle and end of the week. We are watching a strong storm threat for Monday, which is not too big a deal, but worth monitoring. Tuesday is where we're focused on maybe several strong severe storms, potentially high damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, large hail, and the potential for flooding downpours as well from the Weather Prediction Center here. So we need to watch that for Tuesday. That could be the day we really want to stay weather aware. Alan is done with rain. Jan, I will wish the best for all flights on Tuesday evening for your sister as well. And let's see. Ruth Lisa, Thursday is a much better flight day in and out of DCA. Let's see. Lewis, good to hear from you. Yes, Tuesday is the day, a little bit Monday, but more so Tuesday for strong storm potential. So here's Monday's threat. You can see we're a 1 out of 5, a marginal threat for Monday's strong storm threat, and 2 out of 5 chance for Tuesday's strong storm threat. And maybe 3 hazards are on the menu for the severe weather on Tuesday. High winds that you're worried about, Lewis, could see some damaging wind gusts on Tuesday with some storms over 57 miles per hour, large hail potentially, and flooding downpours where we could see a way too quick 2 inches or more of intense downpours from certain storms. Hopefully just a few, but it could be several storms on Tuesday. Overall average rainfall amounts over the next 7 days, mainly focused on the Monday, Tuesday thunderstorms, inch and a half for much of the region. But again, we could see heavier downpours in some of these storms, which is worth monitoring. And we've got a very juicy atmosphere. Early part of this week, dew points around the mid 70s. That is definitely uncomfortable. And lower 60s dew points slowly working their way in here Wednesday and more so Thursday and Friday. And clouds follow a similar pattern, a little sunnier Wednesday onward after we get the slight chance for strong storms out of here Monday, Tuesday. And it just turns a little drier. The drier air, lower rain chance for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we should see more sun as well. All right, let's check your questions and comments as we're watching radar tonight. Quieting down, which is great news. Oh yeah, July 4th is this fireworks? Woohoo! Happy July 4th coming up on Friday, and I have great news. After our early week strong to severe storm threat Monday and especially Tuesday, by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rain chances lower, dew points are lowering, so we should feel less humidity, and it's a little less warm, a little less hot. I'm cautiously optimistic for July 4th with humidity and rain chances under control, little if any humidity and rain chances for Friday. I kind of can't believe it. It's a rare event around here as we enter the hottest, most humid time of year, July 4th onward. We knock on wood, are going to probably have a pretty good weather headache free Friday for July 4th. Kiki, thanks so much for tuning in on YouTube. Uh, we will have a next week. Our Sunday Sunset Live Q&A will be on Sunday. Thanks for asking, Ruth Lisa. I'm Camden Walker. Last couple minutes here. We're at cwg.live anytime you need us. My updated evening forecast at the very top, just above my hat here, is the forecast at a glance for the week ahead. Radar is calming down as the sun is set. Looks like our strong to severe storm threat for tonight, which was not high, is now fading. We do have a little bit more, to watch for tomorrow. A few storms, handful of storms could be strong and severe, but we're mainly focused on Tuesday. We could see large hail, damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, and flooding downpours as well. So quick, intense downpours need to be monitored as well on Tuesday. All right, so Rick, garden variety thunderstorms probably Monday, but Tuesday could get a little strong, severe, with a slight chance for severe weather on Monday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If we do see a couple storms develop, those should be everyday storms, summertime typical storms. Rick. All right, David, I'll be around the area, and I'll see you next Sunday for sure. Uh, let's see. Earthquake, I think, was 2011. The derecho was 2012, and we're celebrating the 2012 derecho. It went through the DC area this evening. So happy derecho day. Here we are 13 years later. Curbs, thanks for tuning in. Rowo, EAB, E. Miller, and Mersh, and Insta, thanks so much. And Tony. Let's see. Pewee fans reporting from Orlando. It rains every afternoon there. I bet so. Hang in there in Florida. Very humid, I'm sure. Let's see, we've got GTS, Nets game Tuesday night. Do monitor that with us. I think a rain delay has at least a 50-50 chance for Tuesday. And I think I've caught up on my Instagram questions and comments. Thanks for joining me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and CWG.live. I can't even keep up with our 5 live channels tonight. David, good to see you. I'll see you next Sunday. Jamily, thanks for tuning in from Brazil on YouTube. And Rick, you're most welcome. Kiki, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. And David, I'm glad. I think you all are having a conversation about the 2011 earthquake versus 2012 derecho. That's excellent. And Dave, uh, Tuesday's strong storms are in this geographic region, I-95 corridor, I think even potentially along the I-81 corridor as well. We really need to watch for, again, 3 threats that we're worried about on Tuesday as being our highest chance for severe storms. We have flooding downpours potentially, large hail, and the potential for damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour. So, kind of 3 main threats we're thinking about for Tuesday potentially. And then it calms down. We turn tranquil and might have a really fairly beautiful July 4th on Friday. All right. Christopher, luckily I have not seen much of any indication for tornado risk on Tuesday, but stay tuned to CWG.live as we get closer. We'll double check that for you. You have a good July 4th too, Ruth Elisa. I'll see you next Sunday for a weekly Sunday Sunset chat then. I am Camden Walker. Thanks for tuning in for this 20-minute chat. Skywalker Beth asks, when will the humidity go down? Wednesday is the day. The dew points might sink below 70, and it will feel even better on Thursday and Friday, if you can believe it. A potentially comfortable-ish July 4th holiday this year. Knock on wood. All right, everyone. I will see you next Sunday for a weekly Sunday Sunset chat. Then we're at CWG.live 24/7. You'll hear us on WAMU on weekdays that are not holidays, so you probably won't hear us on Friday. But we are in many of your locations, and I appreciate everyone tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and on CWG.live. Happy 4th. Have a great holiday, everyone, and take care for now.